Hi, my name is Annette and my son Gaz is 25 and he's got an individual budget. We give the individual budget to our service provider and they provide Gaz's support. We didn't want to do it all ourselves because we thought that Gaz had lived at home for long enough, so it was about time Mum and Dad backed off a bit. And to be honest, I think we felt that the whole purpose of Gary getting his own house and everything was to give us the opportunity to get out a bit more. And if we were managing all the ins and outs of his budget, you know, employing staff, managing payroll and all that sort of thing, we'd probably be just as busy as when he lived at home. So it was a solution for both of us, for me and my husband, and also for Gary. Gary's got severe and complex learning disabilities, which include quite a few physical problems too. He always sits in his wheelchair and you need to use a hoist to move Gary around. The team of people who support Gaz aren't bad people by any means, and I don't want to give the impression that they are. I think as individuals they're probably lovely, but they just don't seem to work as a team once they get here to Gaz's house. They have got a team leader, and we've been meeting regularly with the big bosses at the provider because we think things need to be sorted out. I think you need the organisation that's providing the care to listen more to parents and carers about exactly what is expected and acceptable. I mean, it's all down to us having to feel comfortable with what's happening in Gary's house in the end. And you know, somebody like him who's got profound disabilities, they've got to look at the person. I think probably what we need is some sort of forward planning or strategic planning or something for the next 6 or 12 months or longer term planning even, because you know, for the likes of Gaz, he can't give the guidance himself. You have to have the management of the care agency and us agree what it's acceptable and expected for him to do. I suppose it sounds a bit like school really, a sort of lesson plan. You know, Gaz needs things, you know, what he needs on a Saturday, and when they've got him for 12 hours, there really should be a plan of what they're going to do. And that plan should be detailed enough to say, you know, if it's dry we'll do this, if it's wet we're doing that, but we haven't got that. And mind you, actually, I think if they were thinking in a more person-centred way, more about Gary, the person, then we probably wouldn't need it. But it feels like we do at the minute. They've got to look at that person as a whole. And that's where I think they fall down at the agency. They don't look at Gary as a whole. And they do daft things, like they do the washing up, but they won't do it with him. They'll get the washing in, but they won't do it with him. You know, it's his washing. So take him with you to peg the washing out. Take him with you to get the washing in. You know, it's a person-centred approach. Almost, you know, just get it done with him. But I think because they're not thinking about him as a whole, they're thinking, I've just got to get the washing in. It's on my shift plan. I've got to. Or you stay here and watch the telly. I mean, we came along one day to visit, and Gary was sitting in front of the telly, and we like Gaz to do craft work with people. You know, paints and felting and puzzles and stuff, and we've bought loads. There's loads of tools and stuff there for them to do, what have you. But we got there and he sat in front of the telly and the support worker stood there putting this pattern together while he's in front of the television. And as a mum, you know, I'm walking in there thinking, all right, well, how long's he been sat there? What else have you been up to? If they're doing that, what else is going on, you know?